Hello, Ramesh here. I'm doing this video as part of PA6 of Architecture and Computer Games. So in PA6, we have to create collision sprites for all the aliens in the whole grid and create a cannon, and then you have to shoot the aliens and the aliens should die and the cannon should move left and right, and there's a whole bunch of things that needs to be done. So first we create so for creating the cannon, you have to create game object. You have to create new set of classes which will be a separate tree, the cannon tree that I have created. And for the wall, there is a wall where it hits the wall and then the alien bounces back, goes from left to right. For the movement, you restrict the whole game into a set of grid, like the whole grid of the game. So I named it as wall, so like a border wall. So you have to create a separate tree structure for that to iterate and create a left wall and a right wall. So, and the missiles. So you create a separate tree for missiles, and everything is a tree structure here. So every object has a root class and then a child class. So that would be like a node, a root node, and a child node. So to move, we are using iterators to move the object. So whenever you create an object, you put them in the tree with the root and then the child node. So when you have to move the object, so like here you move the cannon left, you parse through the whole tree and move the object. It's just like translating from one place to the other. So we also implemented in this as part of PA6, we also implemented the input movement. So when you click on the arrow keys, the object should go left and right. So the input, so we created an input class, the observer class, and then there is a manager class for the input to actually detect like if it's left arrow or right arrow or space. So the key state is already there in Azure, so you just have to implement them in the update so that when the update function runs, it will be running whole throughout the program. So we implement the whole code in the update. That way, like when the key is pressed, there is a key down. What do you call it? The key press is detected, and then it starts whatever the process that you want it to run. So for each key, we have given a state and then a set of program to do. So for like left, you get the game object and translate it to left, and then for right, the same thing. So when you actually run the program, as you can see here, you see it goes left to right, left to right. The boom sound that you get is the sound observer that we wrote. So whenever that's an observer class, right? Yeah. So here you go. So you play the sound whenever it hits the wall. So this is already again an inbuilt function. You just have to include the file, the wave file, and then play the sound. It's all inbuilt, so you just have to create the syntaxes in the particular place where the object hits the grid. So everything is And then as you can see, let me run the program again. As you can see, each alien it's moving from left to right. You can see there is a column there, and there is a whole grid for the object, and there is like aliens moving side by side, but each sprite collision boxes around them. So this is how it should be implemented. So when the missile hits the alien, it should detect the collision box, and then it iterates to the whole alien order, and then from the root node to the child nodes, and then the siblings. So which object is hit? So the collision rectangle should be a match, and then it's a hit, and you have to remove the object and then remove the sprite boxes as well. So that is implemented in the game object where sorry about that. Yeah. So there is a remove function where you remove everything and put them in the ghost node. So the ghost node is added because you recycle the objects whichever you deleted in the program or in the game. So so that you could recycle the objects. So let me just run the program, and then well, the screen doesn't fit. Okay, so you see the ion goes up and down. Let me just press. Yeah, it's got deleted. So as you can see, it got deleted, and the column is updated as per the alien. Now this is done, but the thing is, like, if you go to my space observer, this is the space trigger. So as you can see, I'm getting the missile root, and then I'm adding it to the game object. I'm not adding it to the game object until I press the actual space. So here you create the tree, and then you associate the tree with the collision pair, and then that's it. You only instantiate the whole tree when you press the space. So first time you press the space, it happens, but second time when it hits the object, it gets removed, everything gets removed, and then when you hit again, you have to get it from the ghost manager and then recycle the missile. So which I haven't implemented yet. So I actually implemented it, but it didn't actually work, and then the missile starts slowing down when there's like lots of missile gets generated. When I keeps pressing space, there's like lots of missile. It's not. I still haven't figured out the way to hold the missile. Not do anything when there is an actual active missile that's cruising through the screen to hit the target. So that's still not implemented, and that's why I removed the code just in case I don't want to mess things up when I submit the assignment. So that is still pending. But as for the cannon, and the cannon is still working pretty good, so that is fine. So it does move, and one of the funny thing is, like, I still haven't figured out a way to associate the cannon movement with the missile. So even if I press the space, it goes from the center of the screen, but it doesn't come from the missile. So I have to take care of that as well. So I know I'm still a bit behind, but I'm trying my best. So hopefully everything turns out fine. Alright, thank you.